So hello and welcome to another Raggy's beer review. Over in the tap room, obviously. It's chilly. I am absolutely bolting. I've got my bloody hat anyway. No, I'm all on spring. And when it actually finally gets it, the temperatures are warmer. So today, reviewing from Adnams, it's Tally Ho. Super looking forward to this. One of the free beers that, that just, although the Adnams beers are here. And I've got to be honest, my estimations of Adnams has gone up massively since our visit to the brewery, the tap rooms, the tap bar, and another bar that was part of a hotel called a tap room as well, funnily enough. So this is a barley wine brewed since 1880, bottle conditioned, says on the back. Tally Ho is a limited edition barley wine style beer brewed at Adnams since 1880. ABV is 7.2%, so actually quite a low ABV barley wine. I thought it was going to be bigger than that. Hey ho, it is what it is. Let's get in there. You know what I mean? I fancy brewing myself a barley wine again. Obviously, I'm doing brewing on the channel. Raggy's Beer Reviews. It's a proper channel. So here we go. Getting some use out of this totally brewed glass because I won't be getting any more beers from them, sadly. So it's a dark, like a mahogany dark, walnut dark. It's dark anyway. Half a centimetre of white head on there. I'm expecting something akin to a broad side experience. And yes, yeah, rich fruits on the nose. And obviously broadside 6.3% on bottle, 4.7 on cask. That is one hell of a jump. Got to be honest. I will be drinking it at my Reading Vows. It's sat here at the side of me, and yep, it's getting drank then. Now, for me, this is a beer that should be drank at room temperature, not in the shed, and certainly not this time of year where it's absolutely Baltic, and I'm freezing, to be fair. So yeah, it's not the greatest of times. Slight earthiness in the brew. Got a little bit of carbonation going off there, to be fair. It says it's bottle conditioned, but obviously some bottle conditioned beers, you've got a sediment layer at the bottom. Not all though, not all. I mean, I'm gonna be barrel conditioning 3 beers for my wedding vows, and I've just got to get the some new taps and some new seals for the lids, and then get some Vaseline. Yeah, I haven't used Vaseline for years to seal the barrels. Yeah, it's definitely got a richness coming through. Obviously, at room temperature, it's going to be a different kettle of fish. Let's always remember that there is a gulf between cold and room temperature, and it happens on every single style of beer. Everything tastes different at different temperatures. Stouts and barley wines really are king at room temperature. Um, it brings out the flavour, the aroma. Whereas your tippers, dippers, and IPAs, all generally better, cooler. But obviously not always. There's always a beer that defies the odds. I had a rum and raisin imperial stout from a local brewery called Fire Rock Brewing Company, based in Sutton in Ashfield, and their rum and raisin stout at cold temperature was like a cart door ice cream. It was absolutely unbelievable. And at room temperature, it was still a nice beer, but actually, for an imperial stout, it was nicer at cold, and that is bonkers. So the best way to do any beer is to have two, one at cold, one at room. But obviously, not always can we afford to do that on budgets and stuff. It is what it is. And just looking at the beer wall behind me, do you know there are only 2 local beers on my beer wall? That is literally unheard of for Raggy's Beer Reviews. 2 local beers, unless there's one hiding. No, that is it. What's that one? No. For my channel, that is literally unbelievable. I mean, there is a local beer that's sadly there's a local beer that's about 14 years out of date up there, and there is the last ever Raggy's Golden Ale in bottle. It's out of date. Does the date matter to me? Hell no. That's getting cracked at the wedding by me on my table. And let's hope it still tastes good. It's a few months out of date now, I would assume. Trad beers are good though, because they don't generally go too far out of date. They tend to, even years later, tend to stay pretty decent. Like this. I don't know what the best before date on this, if there's even is a best before date on this. I will look. There's bound to be one, because I think by law they have to. So November 2024, so cracking date. And like I say, I mean, if you look at Fuller's and their Imperial, it's got a 10-year date on it. So just goes to show you. I mean, I've got one beer that's, I need to get some more yeast because I don't think the yeast has got rid of the sugars, so I need to get some stronger yeast, and what you'd use for an imperial stout, and chuck it in just to get rid, but it's smelling amazing. That's the double chocolate stout. I will do some updates on the channel about that, and last night I did the grain brewing as well. Again, we'll talk about that on a different video. But yeah, this is a nice, I'm definitely getting the broadside flavourings with this. It's like broadside, but a bit extra, and that's what I'm getting from it. I mean, I love broadside, so drinking on keg, which is here, not lying to you. Broadside. 4.7. The jump is astronomical for me. Yeah, I've seen it on many beers, a couple of percentage points here and there, but that is the biggest jump between what is a keg, a bottled beer, and a cask beer, or a keg beer, even mini keg. Yeah, so it's a different one. It's interesting. But yeah, enjoying this beer. Really enjoyed my time down at Adnams. I was so taken by the experience. I was genuinely impressed by the whole place. And my friend Andy also was genuinely impressed. We were both, our friend Lisa, she says, oh, we're going down to Southwold. So there's a brewery down there. I said, yeah, no, Adnams. And so when she said that, I said, we're going. So we drove down. I actually drove down, and then I had a few beers. Wife drove back. She wasn't happy about that, but you know, God, I'm a beer reviewer. Can't review beers if you're on coke. But yeah, such a place, and the shop down there. You know, if you're a fan of beer, let me tell you now, it's amazing. There's going to be a lot more Adnams. I've got that triple knot triple to review. The Old Ale Innovation, Blackshore Stout, New England IPA, and then the Mosaic Pale Ale. So lots of Adnams reviews coming. And you know, the channel, it's all about promoting beer. It's what I do for this channel. Promote beer, be positive, try not to be a negative. I don't want negativity. I don't want it either in my beer review life. I certainly don't want it in my home life, and I certainly don't want it in my work life. Gone through enough negativity. I want positivity. Sadly, negativity will come in, and it's battling through negativity to reach back to positivity. Our car that we've had issues since October with is finally going to be picked up because it's run out of MOT now. Dangerous to drive because the brake lights are on all the time. That's the only reason it's dangerous, because the brake lights are on. Not the fact that the clutch won't go into gear properly, or there's a hissing from the bloody brake, from the clutch, from the brakes. The MOT said about this chuffing brake light. I am going to put a video on the channel about it and detailing what happened. I won't name the person who did the work. Don't want to be libelled or anything like that. Although, funnily enough, he left his thing on the keyring of my BMW, so there may be a flash of the keyring at some stage. But anyway, yeah, that's coming. And I'm hoping to get people who are BMW specialists and clutch specialists to watch the video and to understand what the bloody hell has happened, and go from there. But that's coming. In any case, really enjoying Tally Ho. Bit of a longer beer review. We've gone down Raggy's Tangent Avenue, as you do. Sometimes I have to. But I'm enjoying the beer. 7.2%. It's got to be enjoyed. I'm trying to warm it up as well. So there's, and it's cold. It's cold in here. You know, the temperatures. I reckon we're about 3 weeks behind. I reckon that the seasons are shifting. I've noticed it the last 3 years I've been gardening, that the seasons seem to be colder, longer. It seems to take an age to warm up. But on the flip side, it's taken a bit longer to go colder in the autumn. And I mean, that's a good thing in some ways, because, you know, cost of living and all that bloody rubbish. So back to the beer itself. Like I say, I'm getting a candid taste of this. I'm getting the fruits. It's like a candied dark fruit, rich dark fruit thing going off. It's a lovely barley wine, mind. Bit weak, 7.2%. Yeah. 13%, yeah, job's a good one. But 7.2%, yeah. I drink 7.2% for breakfast. No, I don't, but I wish I could get away with it. I can't. And so I'll tell you a little story. So I did the 3 hour grain brew last night. So these videos will come when they come. So apologies if it's out of sync. But I did a live 3 hours doing a grain brew. Anyway, I did the sparge, got the bag, tried to get as much moisture out as possible. Yeah, bloody hell, it's a bag. I'm going to struggle at any stage of the game. Chucked it on the blooming decking, didn't I? Anyway, cleared some of the stuff up. I've still lost my wife's charger. I ain't got a clue where that is. Well, I woke up at R4 and all of a sudden it's like, oh no, I put the bag on the decking. Mice and rats. And it's like, and I remember that issue we had where the rats chewed through the ratting chair to get to a bloody bag. And it woke me up. Could I get back to sleep? No. Stressing like hell. Got up at R5, went straight out onto the decking. The bag's fine. Picked the bag up, chucked the. I was going to put it on the garden so it could dig it in, you know, for composting. But no, I put it straight in the bloody green bin and washed the bag out. So yeah. Right, so let's finish off with this beer so I can go up to the house and get some food. And I've got to do a bit of homebrew update as well. So I'm doing videos, multiple videos all the time on the channel. It's all good fun. So in any case, yeah, this beer, yeah, it's a nice. You can see the pour of it. Lovely dark pour. It's a lovely boozy aroma to it. And you know, rich dark fruits. It's like broadside on you know, a little bit, but a more refined, a barley wine version of broadside, shall we say? Good 4.45 out of 5 for me. Very enjoyable. And that's Tally Ho from broadside, from Adnams rather themselves. Thank you for watching. See you soon.